Okay, so in this lecture, let's go ahead and let's start working on the remaining part of our navigation bar. So if you take a look at the navigation bar over here does not have any kind of space at the top here. So in order to add some space or sort of add some padding around this, what we could do is that right now we have a navigation bar inside a specific div, which is this div right here, which is a flex. So we'll keep this particular flex as it is, and this is the div where this flex ends. So in order to actually go ahead and add some more padding to it, we are actually going to take this entire thing, cut it and place it inside another div and paste it up over here. And the reason why we are doing this is because for this particular div which we have, we want to go ahead and add some padding. So here I would say class, and I want to add a padding of 4 on the x-axis. So if I do that and if I go back here, hit refresh, as you can see now it has some padding on the left. And let's say we also want to add some margin on the y-axis for this. I could simply go ahead and add a property called as mx-auto. So here I would say mx auto, and it will automatically set the margin for that. So once we are done with this, now let's go ahead and let's start styling up the inner divs which we have. But even before that, let's add some shadow to the navigation bar. So over here for this main nav, I will add a class and I would say shadow-lg, and lg means a larger shadow. So if I do that, now as you can see, this navigation bar has a shadow and it kind of creates the separation between the navigation bar and the rest of the web page which we have. Now let's go ahead, and as we have these particular link items here, let's create many copies of this. So let's copy this, paste it up over here multiple number of times. So let's say we have 3 items in there. If I go back and hit refresh, now as you can see we have these 3 items which are the nav items. Now let's say if you want to have some space in between them, in order to do that, or in order to add space between those items, I could go ahead and style up this particular div which we have. So I could say class, and I could say space, and I want the space on the x-axis to be 1. If I hit refresh, now it has a little bit of space in between the elements which we have. Okay, so once this thing is done, let's get back to styling our top divs which we have. And after setting up the flex for this div right here, let's say I want to justify the items, which is these 2 items or these 2 divs in center. So I could say justify dash between. If I add that, now as you can see, this thing actually shifted to the right, and we now have equal amount of space in between these 2 elements by adding justify between. Okay, so now once this is ready, let's add the actual links which we want here. So here, instead of having link 1 and link 2, I will actually copy the logout from here, paste it instead of link 1. I will copy login from here and paste it inside link 2. And the authentication logic which we had added here, I could simply cut this from here. I would add it up over here. I would add the else part there. So I would get the else part here. I would cut the endif part from here, and I would paste it up right after the login. And also, now you also need to add the ahref for this. So let's copy the href for logout. So I'll cut this from here, paste it up over here, and let's do the same thing with the href of login as well. So let's cut it from here, let's paste it up over here. Let's keep this extra item over there. Let's get rid of the login from here, and we should be good to go. So if I save this, if I go back here, hit refresh, as you can see now we have logout and another item here. So if you want to add further more items, you could simply copy this and paste them here. So we are going to add that in the next lectures, but for now let's simply work with this navigation bar which we have designed. So that's it for this lecture, and once we have designed the navigation bar, in the next lecture let's actually design the login page which we have. So we are going to design this main home page later, but for now let's design the login page which we have, which is this page right here. So let's learn how to do that in the next one. Thank you.